JACLYN Hill has announced that she's shutting down her businesses. She posted a video titled, "I'm closing my brands," and she was getting into a lot of stuff I never expected her to get into, at least not right now.
I've been so lost due to the decisions that I've made surrounding my cosmetic line and leading into JACLYN Roxanne and Cozy. So I have made the decision on my own to shut these brands down because it's time to own up to my shit.
JACLYN addresses a lot in this video, explaining that she is shutting down her brands because she doesn't like having all these brands that she's not passionate about. She doesn't want to be known as the girl selling blankets or jewelry. She's always wanted her legacy to be makeup, not other things. She thought that the lipsticks were what she was going to be known for. It was going to be her legacy in a positive sense, because she was right when she said that she was going to be known for those lipsticks. Like, that's what a lot of people know her for, but not in a good way, given, you know, what happened. But she says that the way that she handled the lipstick scandal is one of her biggest regrets because it just affected so much of her life afterwards.
But the way I handled it is my biggest regret ever, because it's not just like I gave up on cosmetics, I gave up on myself. I gave up on my little girl dream. I gave up on me.
She said she then tried to create these other brands, JACLYN Roxanne and Cozy, because she felt like she had to prove herself to her followers. But she's realized she just doesn't like being a brand owner, unlike some other creators.
I was my happiest doing makeup, working on JACLYN Cosmetics, doing collabs, and just having a relationship with my followers, honest to God. And that's what it comes down to, is these brands are not serving me anything. They're not bringing me happiness, and I don't care about the money at this point.
She even admits that she feels like her social media looks like one giant brand deal, which is something that people have said for a while, that she only posts when she has something to promote. And it's interesting to hear that even she has not liked that kind of content that she's been putting out. But she basically said that that's what she had to do to keep her brands afloat and pay her employees. So it seems like JACLYN is only really saying that she doesn't want to have brands that aren't makeup related. So unless it's cosmetics, JACLYN just isn't into it, and she wants her main focus to be that again. She feels like she let so many things slip away from her, and she hasn't been prioritizing what's important, like her brand partnership with Ulta, with JACLYN Cosmetics, and things like that. But what I will say is very interesting is that JACLYN never mentions how all of these things have been floating around about her not actually owning JACLYN Cosmetics, and how Morphe's parent company filed for bankruptcy earlier this year, and that JACLYN Cosmetics was exposed in paperwork for not really actually being her company. She wasn't listed as the CEO that she described herself as, and it seems like they were only paying her for using her name and face for the company. So either JACLYN legally can't discuss the relationship between her and Morphe, or she just doesn't want to admit that she told everyone this was her company and that she's described it as a family business, when in reality the papers are saying otherwise. But in this video, she's talked about how she's really lost motivation to do things for JACLYN Cosmetics following the lipstick scandal, and it sounds like she wants to continue to create makeup in some way, shape, or form in the future. I don't know if she's going to start trying to be more a part of JACLYN Cosmetics, or if she's going to do another cosmetics brand or what, because it's just kind of all over the place what is even going on with JACLYN Cosmetics, if she even has control at all or can try and get some control given everything that's gone on. And maybe that's exactly why she's saying she doesn't really even know what the future of that brand is either.
As for JACLYN Cosmetics goes, honestly, you guys, I don't know the future of my brand. I really don't. I mean, because of everything that I've said to you this entire video, I really don't know. I mean, I really stepped away, and I really just did the bare minimum. I just want to be able to give my brand the love that it deserves, even if it ends up shutting down too. Like, on the way out, I've got to just like stay true to myself.
Now, JACLYN does end up addressing her brand Cozy, as there was a lot of drama with her being accused of stealing the name from another creator on YouTube, JACLYN, who already had an established brand spelled the same way, she just pronounced it Coz. When JACLYN started posting about this new brand, JACLYN had come out with a video explaining why she would be saying goodbye to the brand name that she had, All Things Coz, to avoid any confusion with JACLYN's. I mean, even their logos look similar. Before the brand even launched, she tried to get JACLYN's attention by commenting on the Instagram page that she had discovered of this potential brand that JACLYN was starting, trying to ask to change the name, but she said she never heard back from JACLYN.
I didn't get any response back from said creator. And then I want to say a week or two later, it was confirmed that this creator was launching this business. I knew at that point they had seen my comment. If I'm being very, very frank and honest, if you were to start any business, if you were to start any company, what would be the first thing you would do when you came up with a name? Would you not look it up on social media and look it up on Google? Because if you did both of those things, you would definitely see my co's. And if you found my co's, you would know that I was a fellow YouTuber, a fellow influencer, I hate that word, but content creator, with a brand under the same spelling.
However, JACLYN is trying to paint the situation differently in her video, saying that she messaged Kaylin once she knew about her brand, but by then she had already ordered the first round of products for her brand and never heard back from Kaylin.
So as a lot of you guys may know, there's a Canadian creator and she had an online digital platform called All Things Co's. And Co's was spelled the same way as my brand, Koze. So at the time, I hired a trademark attorney to make sure that whatever name my team and I came up with for my brand was gonna be able to be used legally. We came up with over 100 different names. Everything was taken. We created names from scratch, taken. Everything was trademarked until we came up with the name Koze, spelled Koze. My attorney told me, trademark is open. It's all yours. Great. Where I personally messed up as an owner, as a founder, as a CEO, was not doing my own due diligence on the social media side of things. I was not made aware that there was a smaller Canadian creator with an online platform that had that exact same spelling within the brand name. Until we had placed an order for everything, for the blankets, for the robes, for the pajamas, for the socks, for the slippers, and then that's when I was made aware of the spelling being the same. The second that I was made aware of the situation, my team and I reached out to her directly to try to make this right, and we never heard back from her. And I completely understand why, because I would be pissed off if I was her as well.
To me, it sounds like JACLYN just kind of gave a heads up like, hey, this is actually happening. I didn't know about your brand. Because when Kaylin did say that she never heard back when she had commented, hoping JACLYN would change the name, she says that a week or two later, it was known that JACLYN had seen her comment. And I think that's her way of saying that, you know, JACLYN did confirm that, hey, I know about your existence, but we're still gonna choose to move forward. Because it's kind of what JACLYN was saying, that she reached out and never heard back, and she said she understood, which kind of makes me feel like she messaged her and was just like, it sucks, but we're still doing it because I already ordered all this stuff and I don't care about your brand. Because at that point, with JACLYN saying like, we're still gonna go ahead with everything, like what do you even respond at that point? What JACLYN failed to address in this situation was how she chose to be shady about the whole thing on social media. It's not like JACLYN heard about Kaylin's brand and ordered all the stuff and got on camera and was like, you guys, I didn't know about her brands. I ordered this stuff, this first round of products. I can't take it back. I put a lot of money into it. I'm really sorry. I didn't know about it. Like, no. Once the public was made aware there was drama with JACLYN's brand name and Kaylin made her video, within her video, she said that she knows that her biggest mistake is not trademarking the name for herself, to which JACLYN got on the Koze Instagram, posted a what felt like shady reel showing their logo with trademark next to it, in an effort to make it seem like she had trademarked the name, which was a move that made JACLYN look so bad because you're responding to taking another creator's brand name by saying you have now officially taken it. And Kaylin revealed that it might have just been for the reel that they did that because it wasn't trademarked in the system when she looked it up.
What really kind of put a bad taste in my mouth was instead of this creator responding, their team, or they did, just posted a reel with the word Koze, or they call it Koze, with a TM beside it. The reason why that put a bad taste in my mouth is because, one, the energy was weird. It was weird because it just kind of gave a like, yeah, I saw your comment, here's my response, trademarked. I was working with lawyers who looked it up and they hadn't trademarked it. In fact, the first post for this brand was in July. So usually when you file a trademark, it takes a week or two to show up in the database. It had been months. There was no trademark filed under this person or their LLC, which is kind of like their incorporation. And so maybe they saw my post or my comment and then decided to file. And you can put trademark TM beside something you even just have intentions of trademarking without it even being trademarked. But it gave the impression that they had a trademark they didn't have.
I mean, I still don't know why JACLYN chose to handle the situation the way she did, because it got her brand started on such a sour note, with people disappointed in her, and all she had to do was change the name. And yes, all of her products she claimed were ordered already. And I think at the end of the day, like the easiest thing for her to do was just say to Kaylin, like, hey, I already ordered all these products. we're gonna change the company name, but we're gonna just call this the Cozy line or something. So, you know, it made a little bit more sense for all the products to say Cozy, and then like agree to never use the name again. It would have been like the morally correct thing to do in that case. And it would have been the smarter thing for JACLYN to do, because yeah, it's annoying that, you know, the name ended up being taken and that she had ordered all this stuff. But I feel like to a lot of the public, they would have been like, okay, JACLYN's clearly trying to make it work. She doesn't want drama, and everyone could have moved on, and she wouldn't have looked like the bad guy, and her brand wouldn't have this looming drama over it every single time she chose to do a drop. But it seems like JACLYN was willing to look bad and just say that this was a bad situation and there was nothing that could be done. As for what's next, JACLYN says that she still has some launches happening before all of the brands are shut down. So if there's launches, it's all stuff that was pre-planned as they try and fizzle out the companies JACLYN, Roxanne, and Cozy. But she really just wants to stop doing things for validation, and she wants to be happy and move forward with life and try and focus on cosmetics again. And I guess we'll just have to see what happens, but that's what JACLYN had to say in this video. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.